it's difficult to describe. It can't be imagined. Because this is the absence of something, of an effect. And how can you imagine the absence of something? You can have ideas and a sense of it, perhaps in a glimpse or something like that. But really, to completely lose the whole effect, the whole illusion, the whole dream is something else. And no one can explain that. No one can describe it. So I can't say if this is what you want, if this is the best thing for you. No one can say that for you. It's such an ironic thing that the people who probably suffer the most are really drawn to this, the end of themselves, to enlightenment, awakening, liberation, whatever you want to call it. They're just words, meaningless words. And then when you get here, like, you end up fully feeling everything that you were trying to avoid or escape from. And you're shown that there was never an escape. This was never an out. And so because what was fully seen and felt here was every last bit of suffering that happened here in this lifetime, in detail, so clearly. I could see it so clearly. I wasn't at fault. No one else was at fault. Anger still arose. Immense sadness. The devastation that Suzanne suffered so much. And how it came to be. Every last detail. No stone is unturned. That's how it feels. And so when you really, in a way, go through that, you see the absolute suffering that everyone else is so-called carrying. And they will never know the extent of it, only if they completely die before the body dies. Only then do you really feel and see through everything. You see it for what it is. You see all the layers. You see it in 20 different perspectives almost. It's so hard to describe, but it's such a thorough seeing, feeling, and unraveling of it all, and it disappears. That's how it disappears. It gets completely consumed by this burning fire. And this fire is unconditional love. Again, it's hard to compare, but it was by far probably one of the most difficult things I had to go through. I say but I don't want to say the body. It's just words. The I doesn't point to anything. There is no entity. It doesn't refer to anything. It's all empty. So because of that, it is very hard to take a position, to tell someone that this is what they want. Even on an unconscious level, it can't happen here because this is the worst thing that ever happened to the person, to me, to Suzanne. To lose everything is the worst thing that can ever happen. And then what remains is this peaceful emptiness that is completely void of any characteristics, any familiar flavors of the person. Like here and there, things can pop up. And it's not a problem. It's seen to be empty though. The realness can never come back in the same way. So that's why now I feel more like an open book. Meaning, I don't have a problem with sharing my story. I don't have a problem with sharing the most difficult parts. All the reasons why this character or the person here really suffered. It's seen so clearly. The dynamics that were at play. Like, I don't see a problem with the spiritual path, with talking about the wounded child, trauma, sexual abuse, relationship issues, the death of oneself, the integration process, the complete emptiness, nothing. There's just void. Nothing appearing as everything. And it's totally boundless. It's not coming from anywhere. There is no location to it. There's just nothing. Like, all of that can be spoken about. Wanting this, not wanting this, wanting this. I think what I'm trying to say is, like, I feel like there's just information here. And it's nice to talk about that. You know, there's no personal perspective, but there's a sort of wider perspective, or like a non-positional perspective, where I can sort of see it all. I can kind of zoom in at different places along the illusory journey of the person, which is kind of fun. And it seems like the more I get to know an individual person, then I kind of have a much better sense of where they are and not what should be said, but it's more like things are just said by gathering information, basically. And it's not coming from a place of needing this person to get somewhere, to change, to heal, to get this, to... It's not coming from anything like that. It seems, I guess, just more intuitive, like not from a personal perspective. Because everything's already coming from emptiness, but it can just feel like it's getting filtered through a personal perspective. But here it really does seem like more and more it's coming from emptiness, like not a true solid perspective or preference. But of course those things are still there. Like they're kind of, they, just as an analogy, like they used to be maybe opaque, thick, colored glass before, but now it's like thin film with a little tint of this character. So the emptiness can really just like shine through a lot easier or something. Anyways, that's just a way of describing something that's not describable. Basically, what I'm saying is I don't know if this is really what you want. There's either a longing in the heart or something like that, and only you can know that. Only you can feel that. Only you can choose. Even though there is no chooser, choices are made. A longing is there. Actions happen. Words are spoken. My storage was full, so I emptied the trash. And now I can record again. And sometimes I don't know how people go through this alone. Like if this really happens, or maybe it's like it plays into each other. Like when that support is there, you know, in different ways, maybe that's when a deeper letting go can actually happen, because your body feels supported. Like I feel like a big part of this is this general sense of okayness in the body, in order for deeper and deeper letting goes to happen, or more and more surrenders to happen, because this will trigger the sense of aloneness, belonging, trust, feeling lost, feeling confused, feeling really hopeless and like there's something really wrong with you. Because this is a completely new thing that you'll be going through, and it's so new territory. I do not know how other people go through it alone. And I had a friend that I met, and we went through it together, and that's a whole interesting story on its own, which one day I will tell in detail, hopefully with the friend. It's such a beautiful story. But without that, this friend's help, I do not think that I could have completely died, or that, or it would have taken years more. I don't know. couple years or something. And he would probably say the same thing. And we, in a way, we supported each other exactly the way we needed to be supported, and we triggered everything that needed to be triggered. Almost. Pretty much. And that was unique to us, and somehow we fit the bill for each other. And it's just madness. How did that happen? Who knows? And yeah, it's like nothing happened. None of that really happened, but it's still such a beautiful story.